Kila siku naamka mapema, chapatizi hadi na hema. Kama mwizi ongea manena, fika studio mstari na tema. Inspiration, I need inspiration. Meditation to give me inspiration. Hello everybody and welcome to yet another video. As usual, I'm your host Damien and this is Club 13. We are continuing with our episodes right here, 7 tips in 13 minutes. Today we are going to be talking about grooming for men. I'm not going to talk about grooming for women because what do I know about grooming for women? Not much. So I'm going to talk about grooming for men because, I'm a man. Tip number 1, self-awareness. Before you start looking for a style, everybody wants to have their own unique style. Before you start looking for a style, you must be aware of your body type. Okay? You must be aware of what you have going on in your body. Not all styles fit everyone. Certain styles made for certain body types. So self-awareness is the first thing to do when you want to decide on your style as a man. Self-awareness. When you're properly dressed, you feel confident. And you feel when you walk around, people can see the difference. You look like you run the world. So I would say self-awareness is number 1. Number 2, simplicity. Keep it simple. Don't overdress. Don't do too much. Just do enough. Keep it simple. When you put on so many different things, different brands, different colors, you look confused and it's not good on your part. So tip number 2 is keep it simple. Don't complicate life for no reason. Keep it simple. Tip number 3, differentiate between formal and informal. It's not the same. Some people don't know the difference. They dress the same way whether they are going for a formal event or an informal event. I always say, as a man, you should dress to conform. You can't put on a 3-piece suit and you're going to the shamba, can you? You can, but you're not conforming to that environment. If you're not going to go under a car and repair it, you can't put on a mechanic's clothing. You can, but it's not right to go around walking in a butcher's apron and you're going to work in an office somewhere. We dress to conform. So the essential thing is learn to keep your informal from your formal. Have 2 different sets of clothing. The ones you have for formal and the ones you have for informal events. Okay? Dress to conform. Tip number 4. Always learn to differentiate function from style. Life is about choices. So, are you dressing because of a certain style that you want? Or are you dressing for a certain function? We play different roles in our lives. We are like actors. We play different roles in our lives. And each role has its own set of clothes. So, are you dressing for functionality or are you dressing for style? There are certain styles that are not functional. And there are certain functional clothing that are not stylish. So learn to differentiate the two. Because there are certain activities that you partake in that require you not to be stylish, but to be functional. And there are certain activities that require you to be stylish. You cannot be stylish 24/7. Style and function might go hand in hand, but most often than not, they don't go hand in hand. So again, just like we learned to differentiate between formal and informal clothing for formal and informal activities, learn also to draw the line between functional dressing and stylish dressing. Tip number 5, related to the first tip, I said self-awareness. Standing in front of the mirror and looking at your body type and knowing, this is how I look, this is my body type. Tip number 5 is wear clothes that fit. You look fresh, you look stylish, you look classy when your clothes fit you. Unless you're following a trend, then maybe you have to put on tight clothes or baggy clothes. But I would advise you wear clothes that fit you, so that you're able to move freely and you look good. You can only do that if you are aware of your body type. It's funny. People with tiny legs, toothpick legs, like wearing skinny jeans and shorts. Tip number 6. For the young guys out there, you might you've just finished high school and you're new to the world without uniform. Yes, you have clothes that are not part of your school uniform, but you are only wearing them during holidays. Now you're out here. Or you've just started working and you need to buy clothes. Always ensure you have at least 3 trousers. For men, it's important that you have at least 3 trousers. If you have 3 trousers, you can pull it off, especially in campus. You can survive on 3 trousers. 3 trousers. Depending on the kind of activities that you partake in, you will decide how many you'll have for formal events and maybe one for informal events or vice versa. And then to accompany the trousers, yes, people will complain about money, but I think for men, shoes are very good investments. I would say have 3 different shoes. Have one official shoe, at least one official shoe, and at least one sportwear, casual shoe. The third one you decide. It will depend on what you do on a day-to-day basis. So I'm talking about 3 trousers, 3 shoes. Tip number 7, I keep saying this. Avoid brands. Just a question. How many people can actually afford the authentic brands? Louis Vuitton, Gucci. So what comes to mind when you see somebody wearing branded t-shirts or branded clothes? The first thing that comes to my mind is a person is wearing cheap stuff, knockoffs. They're not original, the ones we have in the market here. The original ones, not a lot of people can afford them. Just avoid the brands. Okay, put on a branded clothes and you look fine, you look classy. If you go around walking in branded clothes, you look cheap. Because we all know, maybe you don't even have the cash flow for the brands. So it's important to avoid branded clothes, especially the screaming ones. And we know we have a lot of knockoffs in the market. Some people don't know, they think they're wearing designer clothes. That's the video right there. I gave you 7 tips, fashion tips for men. Okay? Catch you on the next one.
Kila siku naamka mapema, chapatizi hadi na hema, kama mwizi ongenga manena, fika studio mstari na tema. Inspiration, I need inspiration. Meditation to give me inspiration.